Leprosy is a neglected tropical disease which still occurs in more than 120 countries with more than 2 lakh new cases reported every year. Do you know India is currently running one of the largest leprosy eradication program in the world, the National Leprosy Eradication Program. Despite this, 11 lakh 4,451 new cases of leprosy were reported in 2019 in India. This is 56.61% of the global total of new cases. At MediCircle, we are conducting an exclusive series on the occasion of the World Leprosy Day. Through these series, we aim to create awareness about leprosy and share the views of individuals and organizations that are doing a commendable work for leprosy patients. Hi, this is Sana Khan, and today in this initiative, we are going to speak to Dr. Swagata Tambe. Dr. Swagata Tambe is a consultant dermatologist, cosmetologist, dermatosurgeon, and trichologist at Innovation Skin Clinic and Laser Center. She has been a fellow of International Society of Dermatology, Switzerland, and a fellowship of Contact and Occupational Dermatosis Forum of India. She has been awarded with Dermatologist from a Developing Country Award for year 2019 from Society for the Pediatric Dermatology's USA and World Congress of Dermatology, that is WCD, scholarship for year 2019 and 2011. She has more than 100 papers in various national and international conferences, as well as 56 publications in various national and international journals. Please welcome her to our show, Dr. Swagata. Welcome to MediCircle.
Yeah, thank you, Sana. Thank you so much. I would also like to take an opportunity to thank MediCircle for giving me this honor to be available for this interview. Leprosy has been always close to my heart because I have done my thesis in leprosy. So whenever there is an opportunity for me to work on any part of the leprosy, I'm always available. So thank you for inviting me here today.
It's our pleasure, ma'am. Okay, Dr. Swagata, what is your contribution to the benefit of leprosy patients and towards the eradication of leprosy in India?
See, as a dermatologist, we have to see the leprosy patients during our residency in dermatology. That is where we get to know how to diagnose leprosy, how to treat leprosy, what are the complications which leprosy patient face related to medicines, related to illness. Like deformity is one of the complication of leprosy, which has a lot of impact on patients' quality of life, and that is one of the way people can identify that these patients suffered from leprosy. So there's a lot of social stigma associated with it. So
Right.
my contribution has mainly been when I was doing my residency, I was learning about it. Then in various other ways, as I told you, my thesis was on leprosy. So during that, I have studied a lot of leprosy patients, almost 100 patients of leprosy we have studied. And we have tried to identify like how can we diagnose the leprosy without doing a nerve biopsy, because nerve biopsy is an invasive procedure. So we try
Okay.
to work on the ultrasonography, which is a non-invasive procedure to diagnose the nerve involvement in leprosy. So when we identify the nerve involvement early, we can start the treatment and we can prevent the deformities. And recently, I have also been a part of a major study at the national level where we have gathered a lot of data from the private clinic and as well as from the institutions or medical colleges in all over the India to find out how the registry of these patients is happening. Okay,
Okay.
so what are the problems even doctor face when they try to register a patient of leprosy in a particular system? Okay, because there should be a uniform data. The data should not be repeated. These patients should be identified. There should be
Right.
contact tracing and family examination. So all these things needs a proper validation. For that,
Right.
we need to have a good data. So I was a part of that study also, and we are very happy to have so many patients diagnosed and entered into that study. We have identified some contribution also from different private dermatologists.
Great. Okay. Dr. India had eliminated leprosy as a public healthcare problem in 2005. It has re-emerged in different states with high intensity. What do you think
Absolutely.
were the drawbacks?
The drawbacks could be many. We as individual always become little reluctant when we achieve some target.
Right.
It's like a elimination program. There's always a target to bring down the prevalence, that is the number of new patients and number of old patients
Right.
in a particular area. Okay, so there was a target of bringing it down to less than one. So we
Mm-hmm.
achieved it through various methods. There was a lot of work from the different healthcare workers at the level of family physician, at the level of dermatologists, at the level of states, and then the central government. So providing the facilities for the treatment, free treatment was supplied to the patient. Then they were diagnosed. So all this was done so rigorously that we brought down the recovery rate as well as the new infection rate. But after that, we became little reluctant. So then there was a change in the strategy, and then because of that, it was then not followed in a proper way, maybe. So the contact tracing and all these things were not followed, and could be one of the reason.
Okay.
Secondly, what happens, there are different problems at the level of doctor and at the level of patient. When we are working in a medical institute, there we need to mandatorily include the data of the patient, enter, keep it, observe it. Okay, and then treatments are followed, so everything happens. But when somebody doesn't want to get identified in a institution or a medical college, and they want to go to a private practitioner,
Mm-hmm.
there is no system where they can identify and then enter the name. Because see, being
Right.
a dermatologist, I have been an assistant professor at Nayar Hospital, at MGM Hospital. At
Right.
both the places, I have seen a lot of leprosy patients, because
Mm-hmm.
there the people come from different socio-economic strata. While in private practice, we basically see people coming up even from a higher socioeconomic strata. We see a lot of patients of leprosy coming up. But then, acceptance is a major problem for them. And when we
Mm-hmm.
try to take the details, like whatever, where you stay, so that, contact tracing become a little easier, they don't want to share the details. Okay.
Right.
So that's how, the people just go out of our hand. We sometimes don't follow. They don't understand that, the importance. There is so much of stigma associated with
Right.
leprosy that
Right.
people
Right.
don't want to get
True.
identified in any way. Okay, so sometimes treatment are not completed by these patients. Okay, so when we are in a medical college, there we keep all the data, so it becomes very easy for us to contact trace that patient and find out what are the reasons, because and the treatment is provided free of cost. It
Right.
is not a big problem. But when in private institution, sending patient to the center, sometimes there are different drug distribution center available.
Right.
So
Okay.
sometimes we don't have the availability of medicines at those centers. Then the people just fed up, they don't go to that center, they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get identified, they don't want to fill the form. Okay, so there is no way we can trace them. Okay, so these are the few hurdles could be responsible. But again, we are picking up this at a very, as I told you, in a latest studies in 2019 and 20, we have found out that what are these problems. They were trying to work on that. Like, now the government was also developing a common database of these patients. Okay, a lot of initiatives have been taken for that, so that, when we see the patient even in private center also, we can enter it, and then there can some calls go to them and ask them how they're taking the treatment. If they're
Okay.
facing any complications, they can which doctor to be contacted. So all
Right.
these, if made little easier, the education of the patient is made little easier,
Right.
acceptance made little easier by the society, the people will not have that much of
Mm.
problem and stigma associated with leprosy.
So educating them is very important,
Very important.
so that they feel
Because
free
whenever
to
you
talk
talk
out.
about leprosy, what does comes to your mind, the hand deformity. But that's not true now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. It's
Right.
very less, because we are identifying patients at very early stage. The
Mm-hmm.
treatment is started. As I told you, there are a lot of other non-invasive procedures are available which can diagnose your nerve involvement. Okay, so muscle paralysis can be prevented much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Physiotherapy can be given, and even if you develop in some deformity because of late diagnosis, there are a lot of plastic surgeries, correctable surgeries are available, which can
Right.
straighten your hand, make it more available for your work. So, this image needs to be changed in people's mind.
Actually,
That is very
it
important.
seems like the technology is moving fast, but people do not want to uh,
Yeah, exactly.
move forward.
You know, yeah. They just want to look at the old picture of
Right.
leprosy, which was
Right.
there when the treatment was not available.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, leprosy continues to be, as you said, stigmatized in India. What measures do you think are required to dispel it? Also, what are the preventive measures one could take to stop the spread?
Okay. Coming to the stigma, it is always important to spend some time with the patient, if you
Mm-hmm.
are busy, there should be some counselor, who can identify these patients, tell
Right.
them that this is not a major problem. There are different types of
Mm-hmm.
leprosy. Not everyone develop the deformity kind of leprosy.
Okay.
Not everyone have a nose deformity. These are all identifiable changes. If someone sees, they think of leprosy. White
Okay.
patches, okay, that is also
Right,
something.
right.
But all these things, they need to be taught to the patient, and also the family education is very important,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes when people don't have adequate information, they go to Google, they search it, they see all weird or severe kind of pictures which are not at all true. They were
Right.
taken very long back. So they need to be educated that what is the kind of disease this is. And rather than taking away that person, there are a lot of other methods are also available. Like as I told you,
Mm-hmm.
it's an infectious disease. So there are certain forms of leprosy which can be contagious. So when
Okay.
we identify or when we diagnose one patient, we always find out all the family members,
Right.
okay, examine them, okay, and find out if anybody has been affected, has similar problem or other type of symptoms they have, or any
Right.
signs we can pick up to identify do they have leprosy. If that,
Mm-hmm.
and if those with the close contact, we can give them vaccine or we can give them oral medicines which can prevent the development of leprosy in them. So in a short way, there are other methods like for prevention are available. So these all
Mm-hmm.
things should be explained to the patient as well as to the family members. Okay, so and social education is also important. You are doing a
Right.
great job by picking up this topic, because if you talk about skin specialists and dermatologists, everything comes up, on Google is about the anti-aging and hair problem
True.
and a mole removal and a wrinkle removal. But what about this? This is very important problem
It's
for
very
us as a
important.
country, as a nation. We are facing a lot of problem with leprosy,
True.
and we really have to eradicate leprosy on not on paper but in reality. Okay, that should be the aim of everyone.
Right.
So just social education is also important. So writing articles or making them available to the people, or there should be a formation of groups, supporting groups, okay, so which can help the family members or the patient, to come out of this stigma, because treating leprosy is more easier than treating the stigma which is associated with
Right.
leprosy.
Very true. Okay.
And what measures we can do take is one of the importance is the education. Okay,
Right.
second is the early identification of this patient.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we are when in any of the articles wherever we are writing that you are having any light color patch on the skin where you feel the sensations are not easily available, or you are having the numbness of the fingers, extremities, okay, or you are feeling any kind of weaknesses or difficulty in moving your hands, leg. So leprosy is a peripheral neuropathy. It affects your peripheral nerves more commonly.
Okay.
Okay, so therefore all these symptoms should be conveyed to people, so those who are suffering from it can go and consult a doctor. Okay, so then if we can diagnose them little early with different methods, invasive,
Right.
non-invasive, and we start the treatment as early as possible, then there are less chances that they can develop in any complication of leprosy and then can come
Right.
out. Okay, so that the problems can be solved easily. Another way we can do it for prevention is, again, leprosy is never a treatment of a single person. Okay, you always have to check out with all the family members or the close
Mm-hmm.
contacts who are there with the patient. Like somebody is working for 12 hours, 10 hours in a particular area, then who are the people who were coming in contact with the person. So all these things needs to be identified. These patients should be examined. That's very
Okay.
important. And we have a the wonders were done by the WHO multi-drug therapy, which is available right now. So which helped us, like we used to have a prevalence of around 60, close to 60 per 10,000 patient in 1983, which was brought down to almost less than 1%. So that was a
Okay.
wonder done by the multi-drug therapy.
Right.
So, and this therapy is easily available at a lot of different, and it is given free of cost. Okay,
Okay.
so at that centers, you have a lot of people helping you with the deformity. If you have any nerve pain problem, there are a lot of medications available, physiotherapy is available. So if it is given like that, then there are a lot of chances that coming out of it will become very easier for people. So both mentally, physically, and like from attempts from the patient in the form of exercising. Not only the treatment, the medications are not the only treatment for leprosy.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is having a problem with the muscles, there's a muscle paralysis, everything needs to be. If there's a problem with the nerves to be stimulated, exercises, all these are going to help in totality. You are coming out of it, like from your mind also, and from the disease also. It's like that.
So the awareness, overall, the awareness is very important. If people are aware,
Extremely
only
important.
then they
Yeah.
will reach out to the medication.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, doctor, the vaccine for leprosy is already developed. Is it a required immunization for children? If not, why do you think it is not included in the list of required vaccines?
See, leprosy, though it is an infectious disease, no, it is very different from what we are seeing now with the COVID. Where the
Right,
duration, you just get a contact with somebody having acquired infection in few days, then you come out of it in few days. So the viral
right.
infections, the incubation period, like the acquiring, then development of disease, and then uh, manifestation of the disease, it's
Hmm.
so quick. Okay, while in leprosy, the incubation period is very long, and the multiplication time of the lepra bacillus is also very difficult, like it's very
Okay,
long. It's very
okay.
difficult to grow the organism in culture. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is one of the hurdles initially to develop the vaccine. Okay, apart from human, there is only one animal called as the armadillo, which can have the similar kind of illness like what we develop, like the skin illness plus the nerve illness. The similar
Okay,
illness can be seen only in one animal apart from human. Okay, so
okay.
therefore, growing this bacillus in a culture was very difficult earlier.
Hmm.
And some of the vaccines are tried. And leprosy is not a disease where you just have, manifestation related to it. There is a lot of, role of immunology. Even after you are
Right.
cured from the disease, you can develop reactions because of leprosy.
Mhm.
When you are started on the treatment, you can develop reactions of leprosy. So it's a disease manifestation itself, which comes as light colored patches, then the nerve involvement.
Okay,
Apart from that, you have certain called as a leprosy reactions. So
okay.
leprosy reactions, there you are already taking treatment, but then also you
Hmm.
can develop inflammation on the face, inflammation in the existing part of leprosy, inflammation in the nerves, which
Okay.
are affected in leprosy. So it is a very different disease that way. And because it plays very important role, when the vaccine, when we think thought of giving vaccine to this patient, the most important vaccine we thought of was the BCG vaccine, which anyway whole India is taking at the time of birth.
Right, right.
Okay, so BCG is given for the tuberculosis. Again,
Hmm.
Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Mycobacterium leprae. They have
Right.
little similarities. So the some of the drugs are also common to both of them, like for the
Okay,
multi-drug therapy. The two drugs are common to both. Okay. So
okay.
therefore, now in when people are developing resistance to tuberculosis, they're going towards the leprosy drugs also to find out whether they can work in tuberculosis.
Okay.
Okay, so BCG was given as a vaccination, but the results were definitely better than those who didn't receive the BCG. But the longevity, like the BCG
Hmm.
immunity, tapers over a period of time. Okay, so
Okay.
similarly, it doesn't give you protection. Okay, for how
Okay.
long you will have this protection, that is limited with BCG. So over a period of time, different vaccines have been tried. But the way we are looking at COVID vaccine, the leprosy vaccine is different. Okay,
Okay.
it has never been included in the immunization program. There are a lot of surveys and studies which are done by the National Leprosy Eradication
Hmm.
Program. So what they thought of, like if somebody is having a higher immunity,
Right.
they are more prone to develop leprosy reactions.
Okay.
Okay, so when you have a very good immunity and you get a leprosy bacillus inside, most of the time you get rid of it.
Okay.
Sometimes you can develop an infection which is limited and minor. Okay,
Okay.
but because of your immunity only, which is reacting very fast to them, you can develop more inflammation over the affected area. Okay, so instead of a white patch, you can develop a big patch, red patch on your face with the half of the face swollen. Okay,
Okay.
so these are called as the reaction. So somebody who is already having a higher immunity and you are giving leprosy vaccine, okay, there are more chances that they will develop more inflammation. And if
Okay.
this inflammation developing on skin is okay, you can manage with it. But if this increased inflammation, if affects the nerve, it can damage the nerve also. Okay,
Right.
so there are two sides to it. So therefore, it
Mm-hmm.
was not included in the national immunization program as of now. There are a lot of things happening, and more vaccines they are working on, so that we can balance it out. There should not be a vaccine can be developed, which can be given to all the people, irrespective of the illnesses and all. It is like that. We are in that phase now. So as of now, vaccine is limited only to the close contacts. So if
Right.
somebody is affected, like if
Mm-hmm.
in our family, if a one person is affected, then the rest of the
The
members are
entire family.
examined. And if they are coming in patient's close contact, then they can receive the vaccine.
Okay.
Okay, so there are 10 times more risk of developing leprosy if you have a leprosy close contact. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it reduces as the contact goes down.
Okay.
So therefore, it is given to the people who are close contacts. Along with the vaccine, single dose of rifampicin is also given in few of the trial, to avoid the spread of leprosy in this patient. So if we find a vaccine which will not have more impact and the patient will not prone to develop leprosy reaction, then
Mm-hmm.
it can be given to all the patients. Okay. But as of now, those with a very low immunity leprosy, because in patients who are debilitated and they develop leprosy, their immunity cannot spread they cannot stop the spread of the bacillus. So
Okay.
therefore, it is very important to boost their immunity first. Okay,
Right.
so they,
Right.
along with the multi-drug therapy, the vaccine is given to boost their immunity so
Immunity.
that they stop the spread of the disease.
Right.
And now we are giving it to the close contact. So this is what, and there are a lot of studies happening. Definitely, to look for like which vaccine can be given. So
Mm-hmm.
there might be vaccine, which there are a lot of studies happening also in India and in other countries where you have a very high prevalence of leprosy. So
Right.
there they have found that Mycobacterium indicus priming, there's one vaccine they are developing. So that is giving good results in the form of lesser chances of developing any reactions, long-lasting immunity. It is reducing the dose duration of therapy. So I think we have a bright future. Like if this also the trials work out in India, then definitely I think we can visualize one day where the leprosy vaccine is included. And the other rate is childhood leprosy rate is again very high in India.
True.
Okay, and normally the children get it from the household contact. So if you
Right.
have a children's getting affected leprosy, definitely the leprosy in community is very high.
Right.
So childhood leprosy is an indicator of the what is happening in that community.
Society, that community. Right.
Yeah, that's very important. So therefore right now it is not given to the children except if they are in close contact. And
Mm-hmm.
it is healthy individuals, or if the patients are debilitated, all things are taken into. It is not a regular vaccine which can be given to anyone.
Right.
But yes, there are a lot of things happening, so we can expect that we can have a leprosy vaccine, just because it is a little different disease than the normal bacterial infection. Okay, so
Right.
therefore that it is taking a lot of time, to grow. Also it has a very high incubation period of 10 years. You
Mm-hmm.
must have got infection 10 years ago, but you can develop it after 10 years also. So it
Okay.
has a very long incubation period. The multiplication is very slow, and therefore the normal principles of vaccine and disease doesn't apply to the leprosy.
Okay. Thank you
So
so
hope for the
much.
best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Swagata, for coming to our show and sharing your valuable time and insights with us. It has been a pleasure
Yeah,
having you on
most
the show.
welcome. Yeah, most welcome, and thank you again for helping dermatologists to showcase this very important topic of leprosy. Many such interviews or many such articles about leprosy. It is going to. We are talking about herd immunity in COVID right now, but we should have a herd immunity in our mind for the leprosy
Right, right.
also.
True.
So the
Very true.
acceptance, the more early we develop acceptance for leprosy, the leprosy patients are going to come out more easily,
Mhm.
and therefore the treatment is going to happen faster, lesser
Right.
chances of developing complication, and definitely one day we will eradicate this disease.
Fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
most
good day.
welcome.
Bye bye.
Yeah, good day. Bye.